This time of year, homeowners are eager to spring into action and get started on home improvement projects. But the key is tackling projects that will increase your home's value. And today's Angie's List report, 3 home improvement blunders to avoid. Shortly after moving into her new home, Heidi Berkeley discovered a plumbing problem that cost her more than $500 to fix.
The plumbing under the sink is really, really old, and it was all metal plumbing. So when he took it apart, it just fell apart in his hands. And he snaked it and changed the vent boot up on the roof even, and still we couldn't get any clog to come out. And so I had the plumbers come out 3 different times, and finally they just had to replace all of the plumbing in the kitchen. So that was a big expense I wasn't expecting.
There are countless home improvement projects you can invest in, but Angie's List says don't go into project planning overdrive. You need to be selective because every project won't add value to your home. Real estate agent Nancy Burke says when you do choose a project, it's important to follow through.
There are a lot of times we will meet with a potential seller, and they'll say, oh, and we just finished doing our kitchen floor. We've installed a new bathroom floor, or we've put in a new shower enclosure. And my husband and I, which work together, hold our breath, because typically the homeowner may start a project with great enthusiasm and fails to finish out the project.
Angela says if you want to add value to your home with improvement projects, there are 3 common mistakes you should avoid.
So be sure that you balance your needs and your wants. So maybe you want a new deck and you need a new furnace but only have money for one. Be sure that you invest in those needs first, because it'll be a better return on your money.
You also want to avoid over-investing in your home.
Remember, kitchens and bathrooms are 2 of the best things to invest in because they get the best return on investment, usually around 85%. But don't over-invest here. The goal here is to keep up with the Joneses, but don't be the leader in your neighborhood. If your neighbors all have 2 bathrooms, don't put 3 in your house.
Another big mistake homeowners make: not taking enough time to do your research. A project installed poorly won't add value to your home. Hire a reputable contractor.
Painting is another really common thing that it takes a good steady hand to make a good steady line, especially where you're cutting into your ceiling. So be very cautious when you say, oh, I can do this myself. You may need a professional.
Angie's List says unless yours is the only house on the block without a pool, it's not a good idea. In most cases, you won't get back even half of the money you spent when it's time to sell the house. And typically, home offices and sunrooms aren't a good idea either. A buyer may want that space for something else, like a bedroom or playroom. The return on these investments for these projects is about 60% or less. I'm Noah Began for News 46.